Let's speak about Lucid Motors, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we are speaking about one of our favorite stocks that is out there, my friends. So obviously, yesterday was just absolutely insane. Look at that price action, up 31% on the day. They blasted through $50 a share, my friends. And this is before any official merger has even been announced. We made our first video on this company January 12th. I actually got into this company at $12.86 for 500 shares. So we bought all the way back here and now we have gone all the way up here. It has been absolutely beautiful. So this is obviously one thing I want to speak about today, the price action. I mean, despite how crazy Lucid Motors is, we should still have a look at the chart and see if there is anything that they are telling us. I'm going to let you guys know what I did with my position, the 500 share position that I held, and how I essentially have more than $20,000 in this company free. And we're going to speak about the reason that this huge run up in price actually happened, okay? So SPAC Churchill Capital 4 stock spikes on report close to deal with Lucid Motors. So essentially this initially came out from Reuters and it led to this huge buy. I want to show you guys something funny. If we go over to the price action, actually go over to the 1 minute chart. That's how quickly this happened. Look at this, okay? So we went from about 41.17 all the way up to 53.90. 53.90 in 2 minutes. We were halted, I think it was 3 times in a row. It was absolute insanity, my friends, to put it very simply. It was insane to watch. So they're the primary things we are indeed going to be speaking about today, my friends. But the main thing I really want to just touch on is, what I'm doing with my position and what potentially you should be doing with your position too. So right before we do get into the video, before we get into the juicy information, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Maybe drop me a comment down below. Let me know how many shares of this company you own and what price you got in at. Are you holding everything? Have you trimmed? And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. Join the family of investors. We're getting so close to that 100,000 mark. I can nearly taste the plaque. We're this close. And if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, that is the first link in the description, my friends. And let me tell you, we are making money, baby. I call CCIV in there at $12.86. Most of us are up over 300%. Yesterday, I called a stock CLIS in there. We went up over 70 to 80% yesterday. We're eating baguettes, baby. Join a community of over 2,600 investors. Get access to all of my buy and sellers, my swing trades and my long-term investments. Get access to over 50 private channels. It's juicy. And if you like 2 free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description. You just got to sign up, deposit $100. Really is that simple. 2 free stocks, you get some free money, baby. So let's just start it off here. This is pretty much a very brief report on what happened from Seek and Alpha, okay? So CCIV jumped 35% on a Reuters report that the company is close to a deal to take Lucid Motors public at a valuation of about $12 billion. Now that valuation is absolutely massive and I don't really think we can justify it yet. I mean, look, I'm a huge bull. I plan on holding a lot of my Lucid shares very long term, but $12 billion is a huge valuation, my friends. I mean, truly huge. Now that could be fantastic for us shareholders because that could make our $50 shares look cheap still. But I think one thing to just understand from the start is the absolute size of this valuation now. And what we can see from this is that CCIV has started talks with investors to raise more than $1 billion by selling shares in a PIPE transaction. The PIPE could reach $1.5 billion depending on investor demand. I'm going to tell you right now, look, if anybody from Churchill is watching, email me. If I can get in on this PIPE, I'm in, baby. But what I'm really trying to get at by that previous sentence, guys, is that they'll be able to raise whatever capital they need without the smallest piece of doubt in my mind. If the PIPE fundraising succeeds, the deal could happen as early as this month according to the report. Now, a lot of you guys who've been following CCIV, following Lucid, following Churchill for a while now will know that the rumours are they want to go public by April. And that's obviously one reason we really do strongly believe CCIV will be the company to take Lucid Motors public, is because they physically could not go down the IPO route, even if that's what they really wanted to do. So if they want to be public by April, time is ticking by. Who knows? It could potentially be this month. I'm not really out here trying to put targets on. And to be honest, I think if it gets elongated, if it takes another month, maybe even 2 months, it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. The following that CCIV has accumulated is probably second to none that I've ever seen. A lot of you guys may not remember, but back when we first started to speak about Workhorse, back, I believe it was early July. My days. Things have changed, I will be completely honest, but there was such a huge following behind Workhorse. And that following did not die off for months and months, and now there's still a lot of us, myself included, who are following it very, very closely. I don't think I've seen anything like that following than I have seen with Lucid Motors, potentially even on a greater scale in all honesty. So that's why if it is to be prolonged a little bit, if we don't find out about it this month, I don't really care. I'm absolutely fine with it. Now please keep in mind that in regards to that new pipe, that's what it is. It's an addition to the already existing pipe. So these funds would be in addition to the $2 billion Chargepoint Capital 4 raised in an initial public offering in July. So I mean, obviously this is all extraordinarily exciting. What am I doing with my shares? Well guys, I secured a little bit of bag and made it risk free, okay? As I said, I bought 500 shares at $12.86. I sold 110 shares in the high 51s, maybe just under 52. So essentially now, worst case scenario, I have 390 shares, Lucid goes all the way down to $10, and I've still made nice money. Even if we lost 50% of our value, and let me tell you guys, I believe that it is disgustingly unlikely, I'm still looking at more than $10,000 profit on this, with a 50% loss. After only initially investing just over, I think it was $6,000. I don't think Lucid Motors has a huge pullback, unless, and this is the big thing, unless we actually do get confirmation that the merger isn't happening. And in that case, everybody's going to sell very quickly. And I mean, it's just going to be big red drop after red drop. It's going to be halted after halted. That's only going to happen if it is announced publicly that the merger is not happening, or if we get an announcement from CCIV that they're merging with somebody else. That's the only two circumstances in which I see this company seeing that big of a drop. Now, obviously, after a 30+% move like this, you expect some sort of a pullback. Maybe a 10-15% pullback. Who knows? That's why I kind of sold 110 of my shares at the top. I mean, I was up over 300%. I may as well make this risk-free. No matter what now, we're making bank. And I think a lot of people will be similar to me today. A lot of people got in around 25, so they're going to be up 100%. Maybe they'll take out their initial deposit, let the profits ride. A lot of people like me were in the 12s and 13s. They're up 300+%. They'll take out a bit of money, let the profits ride. But what I want to stress is that when people take their profits, they don't plan on selling the rest, you know? So if there is a pullback, I'm sure there's going to be people willing to eat up these shares. And we saw what happened yesterday based off of a rumor that the merger could be closer to closing. I mean, that's all it was. We saw a 30% run up. Imagine what could happen if it's actually announced. I don't say this lightly. I think if there was an announcement anytime soon and we still have this kind of level behind us, we can see $80 to $100. Should we? I don't know. Is that a fair valuation? Probably not. But we all know the stock market doesn't have to make sense. That's not me putting a $100 price target out there by any means. My initial target was $50. We smashed through it. I'm taking my profits. Whatever happens next, I'm going to sleep easy at night. And I would also like to point out that this was, you know, decent sized position for me. 500 shares at $12.86. It was one of my bigger positions. So for that reason, I'm willing to take out my initial investment. If it was a very small investment, you know, maybe if I had 20 to 50, 100 shares, I probably wouldn't have bothered selling anything. And what I would like to point out, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, there is a tiny gap here, okay? I'll move myself so you can see, but it's right at around 45.50-ish. Now, the thing is, that represents nearly a 20% dip in price, and I don't know if I can see that happening in all honesty. Now, the other thing I would like to point out about this gap is that it's absolutely tiny, and the large majority of it was filled in very, very quickly. But I do respect gaps, so it is going to be an area of price to look towards. Now, if you would perhaps like a more realistic short-term areas to look towards, I have a few of them. One is right around here, right around 50 on the dot, but then a little bit lower, you'll see we spiked to it twice, right about 49.10. So what I will say is I think that this range here is very interesting, but that does not mean at all that I think this is the lowest we can go. I definitely think, you know, it doesn't have to make sense. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense on the way back down. But anyway, my friends, that is my update on Lucid Motors. That is what I am doing with my shares. I don't want to put fear out there from selling because I literally just sold to make it risk-free. I am holding the rest of my shares long. I could cash out for a really nice profit now, but I'm happy with what I have. As of this moment in time, we're up about $20,000 on this company. Easy money, baby. You'll love to see it. But anyway, my friend, if you watch this video all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here. Your support means the world to me. If I could please ask you again to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here. All of that helps me out so much, and we really are trying to get to 100,000. And again, if you're interested in joining that private Discord group, it is the first link in the description. You won't regret it. It is a juicy community. We make baguettes, baby. And if you'd like those free stocks on Weibo, that's the second link. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.